This is Job 8 and 8. For inquire, I pray thee, of the former age, and prepare thyself for the search of thy fathers. For we are but of yesterday, and know nothing, but our days upon earth are a shadow. First and foremost, I'd like to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Rakakadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Salutation to you, Akim, pushing this word with true sincerity, with charity, presenting your bodies as a living sacrifice. We who are ready to live salute you. So I just want to go into this lesson, and I'm going to call it something to the effect of honor your brother and remember this, okay? And, it just came to me in the spirit, this lesson, just sitting here, just, chilling. And I just thought about it, what Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua is doing, gathering these men, prophets, teachers, as different functions of the body coming together for one cause. But within that, we have to know and understand that we're dealing with different spirits. We're dealing with ancient spirits, okay? The most ancient spirits, actually, right? Because if we are the elect, if we are of that number, then we are that would make us the first fruits. All right. First spirit, of course, being Yahweh Shai, which pretty much gave birth to all the rest of the spirits. All right, through the power and instruction of his father Yahweh. Right. So I'm sitting here thinking, the way brothers interact with each other, bounce off each other, sometimes even offend each other. And you really got to think about it. We've been here multiple times, and when you're dealing with the elect, you're really dealing with the upper echelon, so to speak, of the nation of Israel. You're dealing with the royalty of the nation of Israel. All right, these are people that were in actual high positions at one time. Okay, whether they were great generals or kings or just prophets, leaders of armies, okay, men with ambitions. All right. And, when you see like these movies, like I watch a lot of, movies like Viking movies or barbarian movies, ancient movies, right? And, movies about conquest, and, you got to think about it. Those rulers at that time of our people, when you go into the dark ages, that was Jake. All right. That you had mostly wicked Jake, of course, but you also had some of the men that are in this truth right now were those very rulers, man. Those very warriors that people talk about and read about to this very day. Whether whether they were here, amongst the Northern Kingdom, whether they were amongst the Southern Kingdom, and to see Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai bring all these men who were once these great men of the past together now, for this cause, it's a beautiful thing to see, because these are men who in times past probably would have been in war with each other, probably somewhere in Europe or something, Dark Ages or the Byzantine times, but we're here and we have this common goal and this common blueprint, so it's a beautiful thing to see. So, it really helps you grasping that concept helps you understand um, how we move around each other right now, you know, and gives you a greater respect. Um, but I want to get, and that's why I read the scripture says we are but yet of yesterday, man. You know, but I'm gonna grab a scripture. This is 1 Peter's 2:17. Honor all men, love the brotherhood, fear Yahweh, honor the king. Now, in this truth, we excuse me, we do have our little skirmishes with each other and disagreements, but that honor of a king is there. All right, that honor of a king is there. All right, as Scripture says, we are a nation of kings and priests, man. So, you know, it reminds me of how when brothers salute each other, we bow our heads. We give an ancient, how can I say, an ancient respect. Something that this world it really doesn't understand. It's like literally in awe of it when we're around other people. The level of respect that we have for each other, you know. But we understand that these are the great men that are being raised up. Matter of fact, let me get a scripture on that. So the honor of a king is there. You know, the men you read about in Judges, the men you read about in Kings, man. First and Second Samuels, you know, all through the scriptures, you know. These men are back, man. Even going on into, you know, what they would call, like I would say, medieval times, or, you know, during the time of Rome, you know. you had these men, man, and now some of them that are of the elect are being risen up now with a whole nother cause, man. You know, but this is what was I trying to get? My bad. Right. Excuse me. This is Jeremiah 5:5. Let me read up. This is Jeremiah 5 and Salaki. This is Jeremiah 5:4. Therefore I said, surely these are poor, they are foolish, they know not the way of Yahweh, nor the judgment of their power. And these men are separated from the rest of the nation, man. Because the rest of the nation are civilians, man. The rest of the nations are the dregs of society. All right, the 2/3. All right, those are the dregs of society, man. All right, but the men that are elected, truly elected, these are the royalty of the nation, and they're being risen up, you know, in a into true royalty, you know. All right. I will get me unto the great men and will speak unto them, for they have known the way of Yahweh and the judgment of their power, but these have altogether broken the yoke and burst the bonds. So these are the men that have been entrusted with the kingdom. And the scripture actually, you know, says the kingdom of heaven dwells within you. So these men are the kingdom. All right. The men that make up the 144,000. All right. Which is some of them are in the spirit world, you know. But these are the ones who because the scripture says I shall take matter of fact, let me get it. This is Isaiah 3:1. For behold, Yahweh, power of hosts, doth take away from Jerusalem and from Judah, which is the northern kingdom and the southern kingdom, right? The stay and the whole the stay and the staff and the whole stay of bread, the whole stay of water, the mighty man and the man of war, the judge and the prophet, and the prudent and the ancient, the captain of 50 and the honorable man, and the counselor and the cunning artificer, the eloquent orator, and I will give children to be their princes, and babes shall rule over them. So that's our entire government structure, and every function within it has been dismantled. All right. That's why the scripture says, um, the gates thereof languish. All right. The gates thereof languish. Those gates representing the rulership of our nation was dismantled and destroyed. Now Yahweh Bashim Yahushai is restructuring that, you know, and he's starting with his house, his government, the elect. All right. They are the beginning. You know, Lord willing, we be of that number, right? And this is the true royalty of the nation. All right. Kings. Uh, right. This is Micah 3:9. Hear this, I pray ye. Hear this, I pray you, ye heads of the house of Jacob and the princes of the house of Israel, that abhor judgment and pervert all equity. Right, that's a good one, but that's not what I was looking for. Yep. Right, I should have started at 1. Right, this is Micah 3:1. And I said, hear I pray you, O heads of Jacob, and ye princes of the house of Israel, is it not for you to know judgment, who hate the good and love the evil, who pluck off their skin from off them, and their flesh from off their bones, right? All right. Heads of Jacob, right? And there wasn't many righteous kings in the nation of Israel, you know. I think it was like 7, correct me if I'm wrong. You know, for the most part, in the northern kingdom, it was over with. You know, it wasn't hardly any. It was, I think it was one king who did good things, but you know, they were wholly sold to idolatry. You know, so in the past, we were going the hell off, man. All of us, man. All of us, man. You know, even Yahweh Shai, which was King Solomon, went off, man. All of us went off, man. You know, but now here we are coming back, waiting on Yahweh Shai, right? You know, because he's perfected now. He's already perfected, and we're trying to, as the scripture says, I will be satisfied when I arrive with his likeness. Because it reminds me of this scene in this show I like to watch called Vikings. Two kings came together, King Ragnar and King Egbert, and King Ragnar asked King Egbert, "Are you corrupt?" And King Egbert said, "Yes." Then he asked him the same thing, and Ragnar said, "Yes." You know, and they got a saying, absolute power corrupts absolutely, man. You know, and we all had our time, you know, in our various lives to to be wicked and to rule. There was times when we actually ruled, man. When the kingdom was over here, they was unbothered. They had their own little tribal shit going on, but for like shit, damn near 1,000 years, they was untouched, unbothered. You know, nobody was messing with them except each other. You know, and they had gold and just this was a paradise, man. But they was wicked, man. They was wicked niggas. You know, the scriptures talk about how they came to this land to keep their laws that they didn't keep in their own land, but you know they didn't do it right. You know, the southern kingdom, which you know there was always a little southern kingdom mixed among the northern kingdom, even over here, and vice versa. We've always been a little bit mixed with each other. You know, you had Asherites and northern kingdom in Jerusalem. You know, I'm just talking about for the bulk. You know, of the separation, but we were all wicked kings, man. We was all wicked kings doing cruel shit to our own people, man. And to the Lord said that's enough and sent, you know, Esau at our ass, man. So the beautiful thing about it is that now we're being brought into this. The elect is being brought into the kingdom, man, where we can rule righteously. Now we could do it right. All right. When we was running around Europe and the Byzantine Empire, we wasn't doing it right. When we was running around in Americas, we wasn't doing it right, man. Now we could do it right. As the scripture says, the saints of the Most High shall take the kingdom and possess the kingdom forever, even and ever, right? Because we're not going to sin. All right? Well, we're not going to sin this time. We're not going to oppress our own people. We're not going to extort our own people. And the whole earth is going to enjoy a righteous rulership under the aristocrats, you know, starting with Yahweh Shai. All right? King David, the 12 on down, the rest of the 12 on down, you know. You know? So it's a little lesson that, you know, that came to me through the spirit, you know, just thinking about how brothers' personalities are and how they interact with each other. Because I often wonder, you know, when you read the story about the patriarchs, it's going to be another beautiful thing is going to be in the kingdom. We're going to know all things. The scripture says we're not going to ask the Lord anything in that day because we're going to know it all, you know. We're going to know everything. We're going to know, and I often wonder, you know, how the patriarchs, the actual patriarchs, the actual Levi, you know, the patriarchs of the tribes, how they actually interacted with each other, you know, how they looked in the beginning, you know, all those things, like, you know, you get curious about, you know. We're going to know all those things in the kingdom, you know. We're going to know all the, you know, the good and the bad, man. It's all going to be laid out, you know. But I hope I'm not all over the place with this. I hope it makes some sense. But you know, just the, you know, attitude that of the men, you know, you got to remember these are royal men, you know. These are the characters we read about, and here they are. So there's going to be some friction. There's going to be some bumping heads. There's going to be, you know, disagreements. 10 days of disagreement would have been war. But, you know, now we're here to do this great work, this magnus opus, if I said that correct, right? But yeah, this is a little lesson I wanted to do. Hope there's some edification with it, and shalom.